Welcome to another episode of OG55 Live. It's OG and the Italiano coming at you again with another live show. We are taking your questions, your comments, park, studio, whatever's on your mind, music, whatever it is, the new Kendrick album, you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Here we go on OG55 Live. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another fine episode of OG55 Live with OG and the Italiano. We got awesome people in the chat already. We got Mr. C. Moore, Duck, Matthew Murr, Googam, Dragon Blood, T.S. Wade, of course, Abigail is in the house. We have a lot of great folks in the chat. Before we dive into all our questions and comments, Mr. Italiano, how are you today? How's your weekend so far, sir?
So far, so good. Weekend, just very busy, working and trying to get some last minute things done before I head back out west. Big shocker. For my very first time in California during the holiday season. It's going to be very interesting experiencing Disneyland, Universal, and Knott's Berry Farm for the holiday Christmas season. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. George is coming out west.
Hi, mustard on the beat, ho.
There we go, mustard. All right, let's rock and roll. Oh, I almost forgot. Where can they find you at home, Italiano?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And, of course, you can find me right here on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There we go. Okay, so I want to let everybody know off the top, okay? We are going to go for about 30, 35 minutes with this chat. After this chat, we're going to take the party over to the members only live at 6:45. So if you want to continue past the 30-minute mark, if you're a member, you can join us on the members live at 6:45. If not, we can just kind of party and hang out in this chat for about a half an hour or so. All right, we got Mr. C. Moore Duck with
or really quick. Or if you're not a member but you would like to continue, then just become a member. Simple, $4.99 a month. Just pull out your MasterCard, Visa, American Express, whatever flips your lid, and join us for a members only. Just want to throw that out there.
There we go, Italiano. There we go. Mr. C. Moore Duck in the house with a $10 super chat. So generous, Mr. Duck. We do appreciate you. We love you, man. We really do. Mr. Duck is awesome. Another OG55 live. Let's go. Nothing can stop us now. Seymour, this is for you.
Nothing can stop us now.
One more time.
Nothing can stop us now.
There we go. We got the party started, and we got another super chat from Mr. C. Moore Duck with a $5 super chat. Quack. Thank you so much, Mr. Duck. We do appreciate you. We got to get Seymour back on. Actually, we got to talk about this Comcast news. Well, I want to dive into this a little deeper about them spinning off their television stuff. I think there's a lot to that.
And then also too, wasn't it recently that Iger sold? What was it, like a little over $42 million worth of Disney stock?
Oh yeah. So it's crazy. So we have a lot to discuss, Mr. Duck. We'll have you back on very, very soon, sir. Mr. Matthew Murr, all the way from the UK with a $10 euro. Now, Matthew, we just want to say we do appreciate you. Matthew's been a family here on OG55 for many, many years. He's a really good guy, passionate about Disney. So we do appreciate you, Matthew. Thank you so much for all your support, brother. Second question. What would you have done with 2D animation at Disney Animation in the immediate aftermath of Winnie the Pooh's box office failure in the mid-2011s? The problem with Disney at that time, I think they thought 2D was the problem. 2D is not the problem. You could have had that same Winnie the Pooh movie in all CG, and it probably would have done just as bad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People love hand-drawn animation. They still love it, okay? So I think Disney, a lot of times they learn the wrong lessons. So I wish, Matthew, they would have continued with the hand-drawn animation more than they did after that movie. Like I said, technology moves on, right? You have to progress. Like that was Walt Disney's kind of mission statement. Walt Disney was always forward thinking, forward moving, right? But at the same time, I don't think that you should abandon an art form like that. I think you can have both of these beautiful art forms like CGI and hand-drawn exist at the same time. I don't know. I just didn't like that move, how they didn't completely abandon it, I guess. I mean, it's still kind of there here and there a little bit, but I don't know. I wish they would have kept it more prominent. I would have liked to see maybe like a hand-drawn animated film, like a full-length animated feature and hand-drawn, maybe every like third or fourth feature. Something like that would have been nice. Will we ever get that? Probably not. Probably not. I don't see it happening. But what do you say, Italiano?
For me, I remember watching the documentary. I don't know if anyone has watched it yet. If you have not, definitely check it out. I do believe it's on Disney Plus. I can't remember. It's called The Pixar Story, where actually at the end of that documentary, Ed Catmull at the time said that they were still going to continue on with 2D animation. But again, yeah, I don't know like what went down for that notion, because that was at the time, with, Princess and the Frog, where it wasn't well received, or as Matthew had put it with Winnie the Pooh. But you're right. It didn't have anything to do with the actual 2D animation itself. It was just, and I feel like not even just to Disney, I feel like a lot of the animation studios kind of went that route. You look at DreamWorks Animation. When was really the last time you seen a 2D animated movie there? They gave us Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado, Sinbad, and, some other movies. But I mean, probably I'd say from Shrek majority, moving into Madagascar and with Illuminations, with Sing and Despicable Me and Minions and all that. So a lot of these animation studios are really just stuck on kind of this wavelength with computer animation. And I feel like that everyone should bring back a form of 2D animation. Look at even like anime. Anime is 2D animation. Yes, I'm for sure they use computer, generated imagery, but it's still somewhat of 2D hand-drawn format, right. And anime is very popular. The Hayao Miyazaki films and Demon Slayer and all that. My son loves all that. So, I mean, it's not the fact that the 2D art style is dead. I just feel like that these companies just don't want to put forth the effort to move back to that, and I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's sad. It's sad. I think it's a beautiful art form. I wish we could see more of it. Again, I'm not saying that we have to go all hand-drawn animation, you know what I'm saying? But it would be nice to kind of see more of a mix, So, yeah, we'll see. But Dragon Blood, thank you for joining us, Dragon Blood. It's always good to see you, man. How do you become a member? I'm watching through a mobile device. Yeah, people have had issues with that. I put a link in the chat, Dragon Blood. So try that. Copy and paste it and see if that works. Oh, well, okay. It looks like it worked.
There we go.
There we go. That's awesome. Perfect. Dragon Blood, you are officially part of the OG fam member community. I knight you, sir. I knight you. So, there we go. Ian Grimm. What's up, guys? Do you think we'll get news of the 70th in December? We got the park dates calendar in December last year. I hope so. I think we should, because I think if they're going to do the 70th anniversary, it's going to probably kick off probably in the spring or summer. So You're going to want to get that news out there pretty soon. So yeah, it probably will be December, maybe like early in January or something like that. Maybe they'll wait till maybe after the holidays to get that news out there. But I think in the next month or so, we should hear something. It's getting pretty close now.
Well, and especially I'm starting to see a pattern with Disney of how they're kind of making like baby steps of one piece of news at a time. So They kind of had like the publicity and the kind of like the kickoff for the christening of the Disney Treasure the newest Disney cruise ship, part of the fleet. And then right after they ended that, it went into the news of Monsters Inc. replacing Muppets, Muppets replacing Rock and Roller Coaster. So now they're on that kind of trend. Now I'm thinking, what's the next piece of news we're going to get? And it may just be the 70th anniversary for Disneyland.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a big milestone. I think the 70th will definitely be bigger. I think the 70th, we're going to have some actual attractions opening up in and around that time, obviously. But it's still exciting. You know, Disneyland is such a treasure. It's such an American classic, right? It changed the world in so many ways. It changed all of our lives, obviously. So 70 years, it's a biggie.
Technically, bro, the treasure is the treasure.
Yeah, well, that's true. The treasure is a treasure. Absolutely. Mr. Ronan Bunny with $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Ronan. We do appreciate you. Animation is a medium, not a genre for kids. Thank you so much. Here's the thing. This is the thing, dude. This bugs me so much when people say animation's for kids. It is not for kids. It is not for kids. Animation can be for anybody. You have adult animation. You have shows like Family Guy. That's for adults. That's not for kids. You have a lot of Japanese animation that is gory, has a lot of sexual stuff in it. That's not for kids. Animation can be anything. It's a medium. You can make it kid-friendly. You can make it very adult. Okay? So you're right. It's not just for kids. And that was actually one of the problems I had, Ronan, with the Oscars and how they did this best animated film category. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. A good movie is a good movie. Animation is just a medium. So why are you trying to pigeonhole it into its own little category? If a movie is a good movie, give it the Best Picture nomination. There's no need for a Best Animated Film category. I feel like the Academy sort of did that to sort of like, look, let's be honest. Beauty and the Beast was the first film nominated for Best Picture, and it was soon thereafter that they made this best animated film category. And I feel like the Academy was kind of worried and felt a little threatened by animation, so they gave it like the kiddie table, or so all animation goes over here. It's like separate. I don't like that. Okay, like I said, a good movie is a good movie. So if it's a good movie, just nominate it like you would any other live action movie. I know that's kind of a controversial opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. This is how I feel about it. But George, what do you feel? Animation, a medium, and not for kids. What do you think, brother?
No, I feel animation could be used for anybody. Even if it's not like really heavily adult centric. Even if it is on something that you would consider as being child quality, but everyone can enjoy any type of format, whether it's 2D animation, computer CGI animation, a blend of both, live action. The sky's the limit, and you can utilize any kind of art form in any single way. You take famous artists, actually like artists, like painters and all that, Andy Warhol, Pablo Picasso. You take, they all have different types of art styles, but if you were to look at them, you'd say, what is this? I don't understand it. Some have abstract, some have realism, and it's an art form that it could either be something to your liking or it may not, but it's out there for anybody to enjoy.
100%. Ronan here with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Ronan. We appreciate all the support. Really, really kind of you, sir. Thank you. Henson's Muppets getting bottled and locked up like an Inside Out too. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I actually think Disney's handling this Muppet Vision thing pretty well. And I know people will disagree with me, and that's totally fine. I respect that. But this is how I see it. I've even said, even before Disney announced what they're going to do, I even suggested basically what they're doing before they even announced it. Maybe they watched the channel. I don't know. But I don't know. But here's the thing. These theme parks need to evolve and change. Okay, there's no doubt about it. Muppet Vision is a dated attraction. It looks dated, okay? You have to be able to have the flexibility to change things out for something different and something new. That's what this whole thing was about when Walt created Disneyland, right? It's ever changing, never complete, right? So the best compromise is to put Muppet Vision somewhere else where people can still enjoy it outside of that theme park experience. It's looking like Disney is doing that. Disney has confirmed that they are working on finding a new home or a new way to experience that film. And being it's Jim Henson's last piece of work, I think that is the exact right move. There it is. Mr. Bob said it. Bob said it. So we'll see you tomorrow at brunch, Bob. We love you, Bob. See you in Malibu tomorrow. But that's the right way to do it, right? So the Muppet Vision will live on in some other form. Maybe it'll be on Disney Plus or something else, right? Not only that, let's be honest with ourselves here. The Muppets as a franchise went from a 3D movie to a roller coaster. Okay, if you really want to be honest, I know there's a lot of fans that are like wrapped up in the nostalgia of Muppet Vision, but in my opinion, that's an upgrade. I mean, when has the fan community ever thought a 4D movie is higher on the ladder than an actual attraction? I think an actual themed attraction with the Muppets, with probably physical Muppet either figures or something like that, is way more of an. It's way more of a substance. It has more substance than just a 3D movie. It's an upgrade. Now I get it. Muppet Vision has its nostalgia, but you're not even losing that really, because they're going to find some other way where people can still enjoy it. So I don't really understand where the issue is, where people can still enjoy Muppet Vision, but now you're also getting an actual attraction with the Muppets. How do we lose as fans?
And I think a lot of people in the fan community, because I've heard a lot of people say it, they're actually okay with losing Muppet Vision 3D as long as the film is preserved. Because I noticed that people aren't really saying about the show itself, as long as we have the archive film footage to be utilized. But also Disney said other aspects of the show as well. So I'm wondering how they would incorporate that into, moving forward. And again, I mentioned it on my no, I did not mention it on the solo live. I mentioned it on the Citrus Corner that we did recently. I personally think that if they're going to change Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, that whole back area, including the theater that's going to hold the upcoming villain show, I think that villain show is only going to be there. I mean, it's going to be there temporary, obviously, but I think it's going to be even more temporary because Villains is going into Magic Kingdom. I feel like it'll be there for a little bit, and then who knows? They may move Muppet Vision over there, or a form of it.
Yeah. So we'll see. Look, they're working on having that show live on in some capacity. So you're still going to get that show in some form or fashion. And now you're also going to get Muppets in an actual roller coaster, actual attraction. That's not just a 3D film. How do we lose? I don't understand it. And if hey, look, I'm open to changing my mind. You know what I'm saying? So in the chat, if you think I'm wrong on that, comment. I'd love to hear you. But in my opinion, I don't see how fans lose. It seems like a win-win all around to me. Googam32 here says, since Monsters Inc. is getting its own land in Hollywood Studios and Toy Story Mania made Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin superfluous. I don't even know what that. I don't know. Should it and Monsters Inc. Laugh For be removed in order to make room for the new Tomorrowland expansion? And would such a expansion require the removal of the Tomorrowland Speedway? Here's my thing. I'm not as familiar with Tomorrowland in Walt Disney World because I've only been at Walt Disney World one time. But I will say this. I have a very similar idea and kind of mentality towards Tomorrowland in Florida as I do here at Disneyland. Both Tomorrowlands need a total reimagining. Okay, so bulldozing and putting new buildings up and really giving people a new Tomorrowland, I'm all for it. I am so sick and tired of repainting, repurposing, redressing old buildings. Bulldoze it and build something new, something fresh, and give us a new Tomorrowland, an actual new Tomorrowland. So yeah, I'm open to bulldozing. I'm open to changing things out. I'm not mentally married to any of that stuff, but you're more of a Floridian. I mean, you're not, but you kind of are. What do you say, George?
So for me, Disney made it clear that it was going to be a brand new show in the Monsters Inc. area. I don't think that they're going to move the laugh floor over there, even though they show like the billboard and the concept art. I think that was just like a little nod, kind of like, throw it in there as like Disney does with their Easter eggs in their concept arts and what have you. Plus, to remove the laugh floor, that then leaves another show building of Tomorrowland out, because we also still have the empty building for Stitch's Great Escape. And
Okay.
yet there may eventually become a time where, you know, for a new Tomorrowland, we're still waiting on that. But I don't think the laugh floor is going to be part of that equation. I don't think Disney's going to waste the time nor the money to remove Muppets that people are already on edge to then fill it with a show that is already existed over at Magic Kingdom, and it's an older type of show with older technology. I don't think Disney's going to do that.
I don't think they're going to do that, and I don't think they should do that. If they do that, I'd be upset. I'll call Disney out on that. I think that would be total bullshit. Give us a new show. Do not give us a recycled show from the Michael Eisner era. Okay.
And before we move on to
Ian
Grimm's comment, just hold that one there. I just want to just clarify something up really quick. So TS Wade, you're saying, I thought you guys said the Muppets are not relevant anymore. What we were proclaiming to is today's time with the newer generation.
They're not.
Kids aren't into Muppets anymore.
And the fact that Disney is even entertaining the idea of moving the Muppets over to Rock and Roller Coaster is actually pretty huge. This is not a hot franchise, Wade.
Yeah.
This is not a hot property right now. A lot of kids don't even know who a lot of these characters are with the Muppets. You know, they could have easily have rethemed Rock and Roller Coaster to something way more relevant. No, I stand by that comment, Wade. I don't think the Muppets are relevant, and I commend Disney for actually at least giving them some life at these parks, despite the fact that they're not a hot IP. And I think that's really good.
Because they really could. They could have picked anything to put in Rock and Roller Coaster. But Disney knows the backlash that they would have gotten if they wouldn't have kept some form of the Muppets in the parks. So that definitely, it saved their butt. And it was a smart move on their hand.
It was. Mr. Ian Grimm, and thank you so much, Ian, for being a member. We do appreciate you, brother. Do you think we'll get a Walt animatronic early next year? Okay, so I think it was Mr. Theme Park Wizard, who actually, we are doing a video. We're recording a video tomorrow with Wizard all about the new Epic Universe stuff. Really, really great stuff coming out of Universal. We're going to do a whole video with him tomorrow. But I think it was him who was saying that the calendar, the refurb calendar for Mr. Lincoln, was January 1st or something like that. It doesn't show.
So. I think they said that. I think what he said was the Lincoln show was down off of the refurb
on January 1st. Yeah. So I don't know if that means that it's going to be opening soon thereafter, or if that means that the calendar doesn't go beyond January 1st. So I don't know, Ian, but for what it's worth, that's what he was reporting.
Yeah.
Gabriel Canada with a $5 super chat. Gabriel, thank you so much. We do appreciate you. Do they have 60 billion in investment, or don't they? Because cheating out on overlays says it's all a lie. No, trust me from me at all. Disney Decade 2. No, I mean, look, it's a mix. No, I see what you're saying, Gabriel, but I mean, it's a mix, to be fair. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, they are kind of like repurposing the Muppet Courtyard and turning it into Monstropolis, but they're also bulldozing, like, the area in Animal Kingdom and building, an Encanto ride, that carousel. They're giving us Indiana Jones Adventure. We're getting a full blown Pandora over at DCA. We're getting a Pirates of the Caribbean style boat ride with Coco. 2 Avengers rides over in DCA. I mean, we're getting a ton
of partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, exactly. And not to mention a nighttime parade over in Walt Disney World. And God, there's just a ton of stuff. What else was announced for Walt Disney World? Off the top of my head, I can't really remember a lot.
So it was the Monsters Inc., the Tropical Americas,
Villains Land, Cars Land. Yeah.
And then plus, as we were mentioning, this is a win-win actually all around. We still get to keep Muppets into the parks in some format. Rock and Roller Coaster, let's face it, it's a completely outdated attraction. Yes, it still gets people in the lines. It has a 60 to 85-minute wait, but I'm just going to say it like it is because I go balls to the wall. They're in line because it's still a kick-ass coaster. They're not in line for it because of Aerosmith. And then plus the contract with Aerosmith and Disney is up soon. So they're going to have to retheme it anyway. So why not theme it to something that was supposed to leave for Monsters Inc. and move it over. I think it'd be really cool to kind of have this wacky, zany, kind of like vibrant type of roller coaster for the Muppets.
No, I agree with you. And look, I mean, Disney's trying to limit the amount of licensing agreements they have. You know, they've been doing this for years, right? So, first of all, you're right. No one under like 25 knows who Aerosmith is or even cares, right? I mean, they're not that relevant. Obviously, they're not as relevant as our boy Kendrick, right?
Aye, Monster on the beat, ho.
But no, in all seriousness, though, they're not really a relevant band right now. So it makes a whole lot more sense to put Muppets, which, well, to be fair, isn't really a relevant IP either. But at least we love the Muppets, though. At least we love the Muppets. Ronan here with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Ronan. Again, thank you. You are really, really generous. We appreciate you. Say, I wonder if maybe sometime in December I could get on a live stream for that long-awaited parks idea discussion. Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. George, because George is going on vacation like very soon. So maybe when he gets back, Ronan. So give us a couple of weeks or a few weeks and we'll get back to you on that. But yes, we would.
Maybe like the last week of December, Ronan, if that works for you, like right after Christmas, but before the new year. Yeah,
we'll do something like that because George is a busy man. You know, he's catching flights. You know what I'm saying? Catching flights. Candid Camper, we love Candid Camper, friend of the channel, family on the channel. Actually, he is the other half of the Bad Thoughts podcast duo. The other half is Mr. Tones Poppy. You guys are familiar with Tones Poppy. He's on the channel quite a bit. But Candid here says, shout out to the OG crew. Shout out to you, Candid. We love you, brother. We love you. We got to do a video with Candid Camper again.
It's been a while.
It's been too long. It's been far, far too long. So we're going to take like one more comment, and then we're gonna get out of here. For those of you that have just joined us, we're actually going to continue the party at 6:45 on the members only live at 6:45 members only live. And Mr. Tones Poppy says Candy Camper is a hoe. Are you a hoe? Are you a hoe, Candid? Are you, bro? Our bro is a hoe. All right, here we go. Teo says, I'm excited for the changes. It leaves Animation Courtyard for a larger expansion in the future. Maybe Zootopia. I keep hearing Simpsons thrown around. Yeah. See, Teo, that's the other thing too, is we don't know the context. We only know the first 5 years. What's going to happen on the next 5 years after that? Disney has plans they want to do. We don't know what those plans are. So the Animation Courtyard might be part of some other IP, some other plan that they have, right? So fans have this tunnel vision, but like you got to think about it like with these theme parks, it's a long game. Okay, it's a long game. So I know, I get it. The Animation Courtyard needs to be bulldozed, and it probably will be. It'll probably be Incredibles 3 land. We'll see. But we'll take. Actually, you know what? We'll take one more. Give me 1 second here. We'll take one more. Cream Puff. It would have made more sense for Muppets to replace Hall of Presidents and Rock and Roller Coaster. I mean, Muppets can really replace just about anything. You could do a Muppet Hall of Presidents, and that would be amazing. That'd be pretty cool. You can do the Muppet movie ride. You can do Muppet Pirates of the Caribbean. You can do Muppet anything. So, but I think Muppet Rock and Roller Coaster will be just as fun. So. And then one last thought before we leave. Now remember, 6:45, we're doing a members only live. 6:45 members only live. So bring your special access. Bad Thoughts. Mr. Tones Poppy says here that Candy Camper is a retired hoe. There you go. He turned in his hoe card. There you go. There you go. Okay, Mr.
Hey, you know what they say, turning in your card of being a hoe is a way to go.
There you go. Exactly. Oh man. Does anyone, off topic. Does anyone follow the Costco hoe on Instagram? Kat? She's amazing. If you don't follow Kat, the Costco hoe, make sure you follow her on Instagram. She does amazing content. She's really, really cool. You follow her, right, George?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, it's like a chef's kiss. She makes amazing content, but check her out, everybody, on Instagram. So this concludes the live show. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but we're going to continue the festivities at 6:45 for the members only live. George, where can everybody at home find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And as we said, folks, yeah, we're moving the party over to our members only exclusive live. If you are a member and you'd like to continue the party with us, jump on over to that link. If you are not a member, we still appreciate you.
Yeah.
And definitely check out some other content coming up. Or if you're not a member and you would like to become one, you can just click on that link. That is, is it down below, bro?
I actually I just posted it again. So you can click on the link. I just posted again in the chat if you want to become a member. That's easy access right there. So we'll see. We'll see. And we do appreciate everyone who becomes a member, because we do know right now it's hard financially for a lot of people. So if you it's incredibly humbling for each and every person that has ever subscribed to us or sent a super chat, or I mean it really is humbling. So thank you so much. George and I and the whole OG55 crew really do appreciate and love you. Well, everybody, we're taking off. We'll see you at 6:45. Members only. Talk to you later, alligator.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.